As you know, one of my favorite things to collect is the Lego minifigures. I like them because they're small, they don't take much space, and above all, they always eventually go up in value. Welcome everyone to Lego Investing, and here we are gonna explore the Lego minifigure Disney collection. The whole entire collection, the whole entire set, I decided to buy for myself because I couldn't figure out which one is which, and of course I don't want to just buy those supplies packages and try to find out which one is which in the store. It is nearly impossible to find out. So I went on eBay and I bought the entire collection. Yes, it cost me a little bit extra, but now I have every single one of them. So I'm gonna go into and show you which ones are the ones I think are worth more money, which ones you should be collecting, and of course which ones are not really worth this much. And this is the best way for you to invest in them because it doesn't even cost you that much money to pay for a single Lego minifigure. That's gonna go up substantially in price. The first one we're gonna explore is the Lego Minnie Mouse. The Lego Minnie Mouse itself, very cute right here, and you can see her hat, and this is what I call the hat. It's just a bow right there, and it has right here on the bottom of it is the apron it is actually wearing. So you can take the apron off and you can take the bow off itself as well. All you need to do is just take the minifigure apart. The face itself is very cute. It is nice looking. It looks a lot more better in your hands than it looks on catalog. In fact, when I looked at it initially, I didn't think the Minnie Mouse and the Mickey Mouse collection looked even this good. So this is one of my favorite minifigures right here. This is the Minnie Mouse itself. It doesn't come with any accessories, but it is classic and it's definitely gonna go up in price. So if you can get your hands on this one, definitely do get it. Next one we'll be exploring is the Captain Hook. This one is okay. It's just a pirate. If you're into pirates, that's a nice one for you to actually have. There was nothing really cool or unique about this minifigure itself except for the weapon right there. There's a weapon right here that it comes with, and that's about it. The torso itself, the whatever is printed on it, it doesn't look this unique or interesting. So if you like pirates, yes, you should get it. Otherwise, you could skip this one. It's not really worth this much, and it probably won't go up in price as well. Next one. My favorite one right here is the Captain Buz Yto, right there. As you can see, one good thing that they did about this, they have it without the head. So they had a different head for the first initial version of it, and this one has a minifigure head to it. Now, one thing you could do is to add the extra right there cap to it. Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way in, it doesn't open or close. That's the bummer with it. Other than that, you can even add the flying wings to it on the side right here. You can add both of those wings. This is about it. If you like space minifigures, that's probably the best one they come up with the Captain eyes, actually the Captain Buz Lightyear. If you are into that kind of stuff, that's definitely one for you to collect. I think this one might actually go in price. This is the more decent version of this minifigure itself. I do like this one. I'm not totally into this kind of minifigure, and let me show you why I don't like it this much. When you take this out, as you can see, it's pretty plain. They didn't do that much artwork to this one. Actually, it would have been better if those two right there, all those things right here, would have been actually printed on the minifigure itself. So they didn't do this, so I'm not really happy with it. And it's a plain minifigure. It's not that unique or different. I do think it might actually go up in value just because there's a lot of people who are fans of Toy Story itself. Next one. Of course, if you don't know who this is Peter Pan. Peter Pan looks kind of an interesting one. There's a knife right here. And if you like minifigures that have this kind of look to them, it looks like an elf. Yeah, that's definitely one for you. Other than that, it looks kind of unique. It looks interesting. I actually do like the way it looks in person versus in the imprint itself. So when you look at the imprint itself, sometimes you think it looks totally different. I mean, some of them look like they might be better and some of them might actually look worse. Then you take a look at the real minifigure and you're like, huh, this actually, it looks pretty good. The hell itself looks interesting as well. The next one is Daisy Duck right here. Daisy Duck looks kind of interesting. It only has the bow tie to it. That's about it. But I do like this series and the way they look, and I think everyone, the Daisy Duck, the Donald Duck, and all of those in that kind of collection should actually go up in value a lot. So definitely get this one. Make sure you take a look at the eyes themselves, and the ones that are looking to the side might actually worth be a lot more money. So let me show you the next one, and this is the Minnie Mouse. Oops. This is actually the Mickey Mouse. And here is the thing about Mickey Mouse itself. There was actually one that they made a mistake with it, and its eyes are looking to the side instead of looking forward. And the value of it goes up to $1,000. So if you're lucky enough to get one of those, you can definitely make a lot of money. So always look for mistakes on those minifigures. And if you can find any that's out of the ordinary, it's definitely going to be worth a lot of cash, especially when it comes to Disney. So this one looks pretty plain. Out of all the ones in this series, this is my least favorite one, but I do think it's going to be worth a lot of money as well. The whole collection looks very decent. Here is a few of them, and there is more of it. So the next one, of course, to add to the collection itself is going to be Donald Duck, one of my favorite minifigures out there. So he looks almost like the original one. You can even take his head off. That's the thing that you can actually do. The bow tie itself is unfortunately right on it, so you can't take it off. Other than that, it does add to the entire collection. So we have about 4 of those that you have to get. All those 4, I totally suggest you go about and buy them, because they're definitely going to go up in value as one collection as well. So let's go into the next one, and that's going to be the Alien one right here from Toy Story itself. That's it, that's the name of it, Alien. There was nothing really unique or special about. There was 3 eyes right there. If you like aliens, that's definitely for you. Space emblem right on it. There was nothing else really special. This one is not going to go up in price. I wouldn't actually get that one unless you're into aliens and minifigures themselves. Other than that, nope, don't get it. The next one we're going to go into is this one, I think it's called the Maleficent. Maleficent, I think that's the name of that one. I can hardly pronounce it. Not really one of my favorite ones. I actually don't like this one at all. I don't like the way it looks. I don't know which movie it actually came from. Other than that, that's like a bad guy. And yeah, this one is not going to go up in value at all. I'm not really fond of this minifigure whatsoever. Let's go to the next one. And this one is Ursula. Now, this one is actually a decent looking one. It has the pink right there to it. It has the pink face to it as well. Really nice pink face. See right there? That's very, very rare and unique. The way it was designed, it's kind of neat that you can take this out. And that is the body of it itself. And it comes with this weapon. And I think a lot of females really are going to enjoy this minifigure itself. This is going to be a collector one, and I think it will go up in price. I actually think it might go up to 12, maybe in a few years or so. So that one is okay if you're into that one. Next one is the Little Mermaid. And one thing I don't like about this Little Mermaid is this accessory right here. It doesn't even close when you put right in it the treasure right now. So without the treasure, it closes. There we go. With the treasure, it can't close. And that's all it comes with. That's one of the things about the Disney minifigures. The accessories for them is really, really lacking. There's almost no accessories with most of them. This one looks very, very interesting for the Mermaid collection. I like this one. This one looks magnificent, actually. So the Little Mermaid, that's a must-have right now. The next one we're going to be exploring is Stitch himself. Stitch looks really amazing. His face imprint is just awesome. I really like this one. The ears, I'm not too fond of the ears, but that's how it is actually looks like in the Disney movie itself. So it's supposed to look like that. And his body looks pretty cool. His legs look pretty cool as well. So I really like this one. Look at the back, like black imprint right here. So he is very, very nice. And attention to details. I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm not reselling that one. So some of them I bought, I might actually resell. Others I'm not. Here's one of my favorite ones as well. This is the genie. I like his face, the way it's imprinted, his hands. You can just use this to make your own alien race with it. You can actually go about and create a bunch of blue minifigures that look like the movie and look like a different movie, like an alien movie or something like that. So let me show you a few things about this thing. Comes out, which is kind of cool, and this comes out as well. So you can add it to a different minifigure too if you actually wanted to. Let me put it back in. His body looks kind of cool as well, and you can even take this out. That's one thing I like about Legos. You can take them out, you can customize, and you can create different additions and versions of them. So let me show you, for example, this one right here. You can make a miniature genie right there with Stitch himself. So you can create a bunch of really cool looking minifigures with this one. So that's why I like those kinds, because you can really make some kind of interesting alien race with them. So that's why I actually went about just to show you an example. But look at something that I wanted to show you as well. Look at the size of the face. Look how big this one is. This is the Stitch right here. Look at the original minifigure face. This is one thing I didn't like about this version when it initially came out, is just the size of the faces versus the original minifigure. Take a look at this. Here is the size of a minifigure, and here is the size of Minnie right there, and this is huge in size. So if it was a little bit small, it would have been even better looking. I think just making it a little bigger is really cartoonish, but maybe that's what they wanted to actually do and make it look a lot more cartoonish. So the next one we'll be exploring is this one right here. This one comes from Alice in Wonderland. She has her own bottle right here she can drink. And there is this thing. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's like she's holding it. It's like a coin maybe. I'm not sure what it is. So I put it together so I don't lose it. Other than that, it's an okay one. I really am not into this one. Right here you can just take it off, like the dress. Just wanted to show you. You can take it off and you can put it right back on as well. So this one is alright. I don't think it's gonna go really up in price. I'm not fond of that one, but I could be wrong with this one. If somebody really likes Alice in Wonderland, there's only two here that into that about that, including the cat, which is the Chessie Lee, the cat himself. That's a really cool looking cat, by the way. Look at his tail. Unfortunately, when you take this out and you want to put the tail backwards, it becomes pretty large and you won't be able to actually put him like that because of the, so it has to be up then its tail. But you can always take it out. If you don't like the tail, just take it out. Let me show you what I mean by this. So in case you wanted to put the tail down, that's not going to happen. See, he keeps on falling. So unless you put him on something, it's not going to happen. But it really is a nice looking cat. Like, I really like it. So it is a cool minifigure. And for somebody who collects and sells them for more money, sometimes you find those minifigures that are just so cool that you're like, okay, I'm keeping it. So that might be one of those. Next one, right there, Aladdin with his lamp. I'm not too cool with this one right here. I like the lamp. I like some of his elements like that, including his face looks pretty cool. His hands look cool if I wanted to add it to a different minifigure. His hat is not too interesting looking. I'm not really liking the hat itself. It looks like somebody just rushed it to just design this one right here. Its body is not really that interesting either. And his legs right there, there's a lip right there. So I don't like this minifigure at all, actually. I just like some of the parts of it if I was gonna use it for just customizing a minifigure itself. Here is another one. I really like this one. This one right here is the Mr. Incredible. He comes with this right here, which is the Mr. Incredible map, which is not a sticker, by the way, which is cool. Right there is his hat. I don't like the way his hair looks. I'm not too fond of that. You can change the hair itself. Other than that, he is very cool looking. I have one already in my collection. This is actually my second one, so I might actually just sell that one right now. And I like the way he is dressed. He looks like a superhero, and I like superheroes. I really collect them. The next one, and that's the last one we have here, is this one right here. And that's actually cooler than I thought. This one is called the Syndrome. And it looks awesome. There is an S right there symbol to it. And maybe because my name starts with an S, I like it as well. And I hate his hair. That's right, I hate this guy's hair. There we go. Now he looks cool. Now I'm keeping it just because I changed his hair. Now another thing I would actually be doing is I will be taking this one, which is Syndrome, and I will be adding Mr. Incredible when I could actually find him. And I just did. So here's Mr. Incredible. I like his face. So one thing I could do, which is what I like to do, is sometimes just go about and switch them around. So let's see how he looks like if we switch them around. There we go. Now, I think this looks much cooler, to tell you the truth. There. I think we're done right now. Actually, maybe that's how they should have done it in the first place. What do you think about this, guys? Switch them around. Switch the hair pieces and maybe really switch them. That was supposed to be his original hair. There we go. That's just some hair I bought from another minifigure. He does want it back. So take a look at this. Does that look awesome or what? And the red hair does look better on him versus this dude right here. Now another thing that's going to happen is if you get a bunch of those minifigures, you'll probably have a bunch of those pieces, which are pretty cool, by the way, as a stand. And that's about it. But let me tell you something. You can use those as building blocks. You can even use them like this. You can just put them right here together. Now you have a big old stand right there. In fact, if you want to play Olympic Games, you can have a few kind of stands. You can have one that's a little bit, then there is a bigger one, and there is a huge one that you can add to it. Or you can use them as building blocks. So those are the cool things about those minifigures themselves. And figure out which one you want to get, why you want to get them, and what you want to use them for as well. And I think that sums up for this collection. Let me know below in the comments which one is your favorite, why you want to get them, and what you want to do with them. And I do suggest for you to collect those because the value of them are only gonna go up in price.